I ain't got a problem with that. If that's the case, he needs to use it more. My penis works. It works real. Are we in? Oh, shit. That's how I'm starting with my... Look, we're back. Hey.
Yes.
Unidentical.
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 All of them. Back, baby.
Button overload.
It's been 3 months since we did a podcast. I've been busy. Things have been crazy. It's since the release of the special on YouTube and all that stuff. And dates have been coming and going, and it's been great. And some shitty, I'm not going to lie, some shitties. But we're back, David.
We are back.
We're back. Welcome back to the Unidentical podcast with me, Jason Collins, and my incredibly handsome, unidentical twin brother, David Collins.
Hey.
Now, when I introduced this, did I say unidentical or did I say identical?
I think you said it right.
I said it right this time.
If you didn't, I missed it. Because I usually try to correct you.
Yes.
Which has almost been every episode.
Please correct me because I need correcting. I'm always just incorrect, okay?
Yeah.
I'm incorrect in a lot of different ways. I'm not woke. I'm apparently half asleep.
Right.
Taking a nap. I'm a middle-aged straight white dude. So,
You have
talk to me, people.
have a sound machine and you win.
I know. Hold on.
Yeah, I gotta add some pew pew pew
I
sound.
got a pew pews.
Bruh.
You got him, because all I got is.
Bruh.
But we're back, and we're back for good. I promise. We're not going anywhere. And if I do go somewhere, you guys have all my permission to just shit on me online, whatever. Please continue to rate and review at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, wherever it is that you download your audio podcast. If you want to look at our gorgeous faces, of course, we are on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, and mash that notification bell so you know what's coming at you. And as always, we do have a website, and I don't remember what it's called. David, what is our website?
It's unidenticalpod.com.
Are there W's in front of it?
Yes. 3.
Are there HTTPs and slashes and
Yep.
dots?
Yep.
All that plus unidenticalpod.com. If you want to send us some emails, go to unidenticalpod@gmail.com. And of course, catch
Do
us.
it.
We are on social media. We are on Instagram as Unidenticalpod. I'm on Instagram as Jason Collins. He's on Instagram as David Collins, and all that stuff. So also make sure you go watch my 1 hour special. 1 hour special is right now. It's been on YouTube now for 3 months. It's got a lot of views, but I want more. It is called It's Not Me, It's You. And it's on YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel. And I believe that's comedian Jason Collins. But yeah, just search Jason Collins. It's not me, it's you. Because I'm not taking any responsibility for you fuck ups. I'm not going to do that. It's all you. But damn, what have we been doing since we've been gone? I've been on the road.
Yeah.
I've been doing some road gigs, and I had an interesting educational gig last week. And when I mean educational, I don't mean like I don't mean in the way you think I mean. I mean, I learned a lesson. And I was in Austin. Texas. And guess what, Austin? Y'all motherfuckers didn't come to my show. And I don't care, but I care so much. It hurts.
So much.
I was scheduled to perform at the Vulcan Gas Company on a Thursday night at 8:00, which is a great night, great time slot. But I'm not from Austin, and I'm not part of the old Austin scene, and I'm definitely not in with the whole Rogan crew. And I realized that in Austin, if you aren't in that crew, you ain't shit, motherfucker. Apparently, because they didn't sell one ticket. And when you walk out the front door of my venue, right the next block is Rogan's Club.
Wait, not one ticket?
Not a single ticket. 2 tickets. And when they made the change. Well, what happened was, and I'm going to call these fools out, is I was pushing the gig, and I was pushing the gig, and I was pushing the gig. And I was on my social medias, and I don't have a ton of followers. I'm floating it around at 20,000 on Instagram, about 25,000 on TikTok, and whatever. But I was pushing, and then the promotion company, Big Laugh Comedy, no bad on them. They are great. They were pushing. We were collaborating on posts, that whole thing, pushing the link, the ticket link, pushing it. Mm-hmm. And then the night before I fly out, I'm about ready to go to bed. I'm packed. I'm ready to go. I get a message from the guy who was going to feature for me. Very funny guy out of there, named Johnny Mitchell. If you don't know Johnny Mitchell, go check Johnny out. He's fucking great. He's got a great YouTube channel. He's amazing. He hits me up and says, "Hey man, FYI, your ticket link isn't working." This is the day before I flew out.
Oh my God.
So then I get on the plane. So that night I message the guys, "Hey, the ticket link from the venue isn't working." Now, I believe, this is my belief, I could be wrong. In Austin, the venue is popular. It's called the Vulcan Gas Company, and people know the venue. Before they built Rogan's Club, Comedy Mothership, Kill Tony did his shows there. Rogan was always there. And to this day, they still have a regulars of Kill Tony show at the Vulcan Gas
What
Company.
does that mean?
They're the guys that are regularly on Kill Tony's show.
Oh.
So they put on their own show. And it does great. So the venue is a known thing. So I feel like people were going to the venue's website to buy tickets. And on their website, the link to Big Laughs Comedy was down. It wasn't working until the day of the show.
Wow.
And I don't hear anything from them. And then I get on the plane. I still don't hear anything. And then as I'm landing, I get a text saying, "Hey man, we need to talk. We fixed the ticket link, but you haven't sold any tickets." And I'm like, "Well, how am I? Okay, sure." And then they wanted to change. The venue said, "We're going to change it to 9:30, and if people don't buy, we're just going to cancel." And then they ended up replacing my show with a frat party.
What?
Yeah, a frat party.
Oh.
Sold, but I don't know if you had to buy tickets or anything like that for it. But yeah, that's what happened in Austin, and it made me realize I'm not going back to Austin. Nothing against Austin, but I'm not going back until I've built more of a brand.
Mm-hmm.
And
Probably smart. Yeah, that's probably
the only way that's the only way you're gonna do it. I hung out with a bunch of local comics there, and they're awesome. The local comedy scene in Austin, there's some really funny people out there, man. These guys, I want to thank them for letting me hang out with them that night. We went out and we went to a couple. I did a bar show. I went to another outdoor open mic thing. Then I went to the Creek and the Cave, and these guys were just great. And they're putting in their time, and they're putting in they're getting their reps in, and they're trying to get up as much as they can. But they're saying things to me like, "Yeah, we're not even allowed in the club at Rogan's Club. They don't.
How do we
let
not
us in."
allowed?
Wow.
Yeah, they you have to be invited into the green room, especially when Rogan's there, which that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
They have a lot of security, a ton of security, and it was like 7 like giant UFC looking guys dressed like cops standing in the front of this club, and I'm like, what are they guarding? Are people trying to steal laughter? You know? But what I didn't know is that during the week, Rogan's there. And Rogan's deal that he made for a lot of money was very public.
Mm.
So I understand the protection. I completely understand the protection. I mean,
Okay.
apparently he had relatives living in Mexico, and he's like, "You guys got to get out of Mexico because, down there, they're
They'll
kidnapping
hold them
people
hostage.
for ransom and shit."
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I mean,
yeah.
so that part of it makes sense to me. I get that. But man, it's intimidating to walk up. And, as a stand-up comic who's been doing comedy for almost 20 years, I haven't had the feeling of being intimidated to walking up to a comedy club in years.
I
And
respect that honesty, though.
What's that?
That you're admitting that.
Oh, it was intimidating.
Yeah.
Very intimidating. First
What
of all,
I'm gathering is that you're not bitter or mad. You're just
No.
it was educational.
it was it was eye-opening, and it was a lesson learned. And the way I look at it is they have their comedy scene. See, the thing is with these clubs that we do across the country, what a lot of people don't realize is when we hit this comedy club, sometimes that's the only show in town.
Mm.
That's the only comedy club there. Austin's like LA now. There's a comedy club on every block.
Oh, yeah.
They have their own scene.
Wow.
So it's kind of cocky to think I'm going to go there and sell out a night at that. You know what I mean? When I'm not part of that scene. It's just like people coming to LA and going, "Yo, I'm going to just walk into the comedy club because I'm the man in my neighborhood."
Right.
And it just doesn't work that way. It
So
just
were you
really
invited to that show?
doesn't. They offered me the show.
Gotcha. Okay.
They came to me and which, lesson learned, something happened. They were pretty confused about it all, but I was offered another night, and they have another location in Fort Worth, and they said I can go there anytime I want. But I said to the guys, like, honestly, let me build up a little more of my following before I do that. Because like I said before on this podcast, the game has completely changed in stand-up.
Now,
It isn't
that in
about
itself has to be rare that you did that. I don't think that's something an entertainer in your industry with the egos that are around
could turn down a show.
would go, "Let me build my brand a little bit for you know what I mean?"
Yeah, well, I got experience under my belt.
Yeah. That's true.
But And it's true. And I'm one of these guys that knows that there's a new way. There's a way that it is now.
Right.
And it isn't what it was. It wasn't like, get really funny. The booker of a late night show will see you. You will do tonight's show and you will become a touring comic. It just doesn't. Honestly, the Tonight Show is not that big a deal anymore. Comics are doing the Tonight Show almost every week now. And it's people that you're like, huh? And it's not like building a career for them. They're definitely not becoming paid regulars at all the clubs in LA, as far as I could tell. It's just, comedy and entertainment live on the internet.
You can go from from Instagram and TikTok to the big screen nowadays.
Yes.
And
you could go
in
from
between.
Yeah, you can go from Instagram and TikTok
What if
to
they start-
selling out big theaters.
And what if they
across the
started
country.
building theaters with vertical screen?
Yeah,
Just everybody sitting in a
all the
theater.
movies are going to be
That's
made in
amazing.
916 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Surround soundish. But yeah, I'm smart enough. It sucks because in 2013 I made it. I did all the TV stuff. I became a regular at all the clubs. I started
When was
touring in
Wait.
2013.
Right.
And then the world changed. And the world changed after the pandemic. We all know what happened with TikTok and all that shit after the pandemic. But my job, if I want to keep doing this job, if I want to keep this career, my job is to adjust to it,
Adapt. Yeah.
is to adapt to it. It's just like a fight.
Yeah.
You don't go into a fight with a plan. What was it Tyson said? The guy goes into a fight with a plan, he's going to get knocked out or whatever.
Right.
I'm fucking that quote up.
Well,
but
the actual quote is no plan survives contact with the enemy.
Right.
That's where it sort of came from.
you can't go into a fight with a plan. And that's what this, it's just like when you go on stage and you say, I'm going to say this, and this, and that's that action at that certain time. Sometimes the audience isn't going to let you say that thing at that certain time. So you got to be able to adjust to that. But what I'm doing is it's a slower version of that. I have to adjust and adapt to how this thing works, or I'm going to go bye-bye. I'm already, what's the word? I'm almost extinct already just from being a middle-aged straight white dude. Just from being a guy on TikTok complaining about his millennial age kids with gray hair and bifocals. That's enough to get people to go, I don't know if I can listen to this dude.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? But you have to find a way to do it that it lets everybody in, because I'm shitting on myself as much as I'm shitting on you guys. So yeah, I learned a lesson in Austin. It's okay. This weekend I'm headlining the Grand Comedy Club in Escondido, California, which is down in San Diego County in the city of Escondido. There's a great comedy club. My buddy Adam Wasserman runs it. It's called the Grand Comedy Club. I will be headlining that club this weekend. I don't think this podcast will come out, but it's the 20th and 21st is when I'm headlining it. And then the following weekend, I'm headlining, is it Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club?
The one in Vegas there?
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel from the show has a comedy club in Las Vegas, and I'm headlining 4 shows there. The 27th, 2 shows, and the 28th, 2 shows. I'll be headlining that.
No.
And then I got some other stuff coming up. I'm going to be at the Comedy Zone in Charlotte in October.
I've been there with you. That's a fun place.
In October, I'll also be at Elk Casino in Crescent City, California. So I got stuff coming up. I'm going to be at Mic Drop Comedy again in San Diego in November.
Sounds like quite an extensive list of just stuff.
Yeah, it's not a consistent every week kind of a thing. And that's
Sure.
my goal as a comedian. I want to be on the road. I want to be on the road at least 2 weekends a month.
At least, Joe.
Or the whole month. Because when you do the whole month, you make a lot of money. But yeah, I learned that you got to build your following on the interwebs now. People of the internet, come find me here. That's why I'm doing this podcast with my amazing brother.
People of the internet.
Yeah, that's what I call them. People of the web.
Jason's version of followers.
Yep, people of the internet. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's a trip, and just so much has been happening. And you look at what people want now. I mean, holy shit, David, the world we live in.
Oh, I know.
We live in a world where a young girl, referencing spitting on a cock, is now famous overnight.
What?
Yeah.
And I'm
thought
talking
I heard
about-
she was a teacher or something.
Not anymore. She's not.
Well, yeah, it affected that apparently, but
She's traveling. She's moving around. I think
she's
in
on
LA.
tour.
She's on tour, spitting on cocks apparently. And I don't want to.
Headlining.
I'm saying that as a joke because I'm going to be honest. When I see this young lady, I see a very young girl. Like she seems like a child to me.
Mm.
And I'm like, this is crazy that she is famous for referencing a blowjob, like spitting on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's just nuts. And now she was on Whitney Cummings'
It's
podcast.
just nuts.
It's just nuts.
She was on
In the
oh,
shaft.
God.
She was on Whitney's podcast. Whitney Cummings had her on her podcast. I don't know why. Bill Maher had her on his podcast. Didn't need to have that. And it's perpetuating it. What it's doing is it's saying, okay, I guess this is what we find, and this is what we want to be entertained by now. And I just think it's crazy. I think it's a weird. I mean, we live in a world where that girl is more important to people than the presidential debate.
Yeah. And I guess for me, I just wonder, like, what is she saying on these things? Like, you know,
Nothing.
what's she talking about?
Right. Well, I was thinking the hot part, and then but also what I see when I saw it is it's just because of social media.
Yeah.
Any time else, if we didn't have that,
We
she
live-
would have been a girl who made a joke and it would have been talked about every once in a while for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, now we live in a herd mentality. We're sheep and herd mentality.
Very difficult for me to understand.
We live in it where everything's a herd mentality. And it's this, and I love my guy Matt Rife, but there's the herd mentality is the reason people are paying so much money to go see this guy every week. You know what I mean? They want to go to this event, you know, and it's because it's to be seen, and it's a thing, and it's a whole thing. But it's really crazy that, like, I saw this young lady talk to a girl. I don't even remember her name.
Which is sad.
Yeah, that you just know as Hawk Tour.
Yeah, that's what she's called, and everybody references it, and it's everywhere, and the fact that
Let me
people
ask you-
continue to reference it is what keeps it fucking going.
Well-
when you got guys in the trenches with talent, whether it's a musician or an actor or a comedian,
Yeah.
that are just struggling to get on these podcasts and have people seen and be shown to the world,
Who have actual talent,
Right,
and
who have
something to give.
right?
Yeah.
And this young lady, and it's just, and here's how crazy it is.
Lem-
I saw her father in an interview, the
Oh, no.
father of this young lady. And what was he wearing? He was wearing Haktua merch
Oh my God.
to the point where,
Okay,
like,
see,
sir,
that-
do you know what this
That
means?
was my question, because when I first saw it, I thought, oh, that's weird. And it was, who cares? And so then when I kept seeing it, I would turn away from it, and I just didn't pay attention to it. So my question is she, I think you answered it. She's leaning into it. She's really going for it.
She's not stupid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't
She's taking
get me
advantage of the
wrong.
opportunity.
If I got an opportunity,
Right.
she's making money.
Of course.
She's making appearance money. She's got personal appearance agents. She's got reps. She's got reps. She's got merch. If she didn't lean into it, I'd be like, you're crazy.
Oh, this is her here?
And
Yeah,
she's not
cutie,
bad
man.
looking,
She's
and that's
beautiful.
and that's why it's perpetuated as well. It's the
She's
fact
a
that
sweet.
she's not bad
She
looking.
looks so sweet, but she looks so young. She looks like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how old she is, but
I
she
don't
looks like a
either.
teenager.
She looks like 19 to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would even guess her younger than that.
I can
you know,
look it up.
but like us even talking about it now is still just perpetuating the shit. out of it,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? And I'm like, ugh. And I don't want to say and I don't know her. I don't think she's a bad person at all. I think she made a funny joke because the thing
all it
started in an
was.
interview where a guy said something like, "Hey, how do you keep a man?" And she goes, "You got to hop to a spit on that thing."
Right.
Which drunken night, funny out with your girls. It's a funny thing to say.
Yeah.
Well, and it's amazingly true.
And it,
So I think that's the other part of this.
voice of reason over here.
Solo man.
Solo man, the super producer. And it's so, what did you say the word was? Stunningly true. But yeah, but then everything with the internet, everything goes viral. And if it's short, sweet, and crazy,
Easy. Yeah.
it's going, and you don't have to think.
Oh.
It's not a thinker at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
gonna blow up. So
Yeah.
basically, what I'm saying is, I'm writing a whole new act.
it's also how
All about sucking dick.
remember back when we were growing up and you got an album, right? And the album had a few hits on it. And then there were the other tracks.
Right.
The other tracks were always better
Always better.
than the hits because the hits were easy.
Hits were easy. It was
don't
an
have
easy
to-
little.
yeah.
What's that millennial whoop thing that
Mhm.
there's
Yep.
there's certain 5 chords that if you play.
Oh no,
them-
the Millennial Whoop was the we had it in one of our 80s songs called Tarzan Boy.
Mhm.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That
Those-
going, the same. It's the same. I don't know music, but it's the same in the same chord. I don't
And
know.
there's
key,
just
whatever.
tons of
Wait,
hits.
this is
that
the
have
first
that.
I'm hearing of this.
Yeah, and it goes
Oh.
back. Millennial Whoop.
The
This
Millennial
was a big
Whoop,
thing.
huh?
Yeah,
You
Katy
use these
Perry
notes, you got
had it
yourself a
in
hit.
her song.
Oh shit.
Like, yeah, there was for a while. I don't hear it much anymore.
But yeah, you listen to the hit, and then you buy the album, and you're like, wait a minute, there are so many better songs on this album
Yeah.
that just don't get any airplay.
Right.
It's because they're most people's brains, they just want background noise.
Yeah.
They just want background noise. They just want to be able to just like drone along and be like, da, 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 da.
Also, it's what they say it's okay.
Oh, that's the herd mentality.
It must be okay if this whole crowd, I'm going to follow this crowd.
Yep. Tell you what, whenever I do the road, one of the things that my appreciation for this place grows every time I'm gone. The Comedy Store.
Oh yeah.
When I was in Austin, these local comics, one of them referred to it as the Mecca of comedy. And they're not allowed to step foot in their local big club, but they said whenever we go to LA, we just walk into the Comedy Store. I'm like, it's almost like it's the last of an actual comedy club. I mean, don't get me wrong, they are passing people and booking people based on ticket sales, and that's smart, but they are just the comedy club. I mean, they are the Comedy Store, and people are going to go. And I show up there, and I get treated with the same amount of respect as a Bill Burr and the bigger guys than me, and they don't cut my stage time. I'm a Comedy Store guy.
Names on the wall, man.
Names on the wall. It just makes me realize it feels like the Comedy Store in Hollywood is one of the last comedy clubs.
It is. Yeah.
Where they're like,
See that OR, man.
they're cultivating new talent, and they're like developing new talent. It feels like that still, because the door guy system at the Comedy Store is very much that. It's a way to get in, and then they give you development spots, and then you could open the main shows, and then you could get spots on other people's shows, and next thing you know, you're in the mix.
And not only that,
and then
that's
you get
training.
your showcase. It's training.
That is training.
It's on the job training, and you get your showcase, and you become a Comedy Store person, and that system still exists.
Comedian, in my opinion.
That system still 100% does exist at the Comedy Store, which I fucking love and respect. And but they're smart too. They're businessmen. They're making changes, and now they're set up to record your set in the main room, which we all as comics we need.
To me, that seems
that coveted
common
clip.
sense.
We need that coveted clip. We need it so that we can cut it up and put it on our social medias and gain new followers.
And
so
hope that
people
one,
know
hits.
and the only way, one of them hits, and one of them. And the only way that they're going to get picked up in the algorithm is if they're a quality tape. They got to look good and they got to sound good. And that's going to help. And it's like, now I don't have to worry about taping a set on my phone and this and that.
Yeah.
Because that's the new thing. Like I tell people, people ask me, who's your agents and managers? I go, Instagram and TikTok. Those are my reps,
Yeah.
And that's how it is now. And a lot of comics now are reaching out to clubs on their own and putting their own dates together and doing all that. And it's just, you just got to show them numbers. They just want to see your numbers.
You know what else I remember we were talking about the other day that's different now too is how they want to see the numbers. They want to see the guy that's popular, the one that's the big. Remember the young comedian specials that would come on HBO? And that was the exciting.
Ronnie Dangerfield.
We want to see the ones who haven't been seen.
Yeah.
And that was so exciting.
Yeah.
And it's just
because
that
we
doesn't
always had the big Carlin special to watch. We always had the big Pryor special to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But then that show came along. You're like, oh, these are just guys that are just
Like, and that was Jim Carrey.
And we saw Jim Carrey, Bob Saget, Bobcat Goldthwait. We saw Sam Kinison when he first blew up because of that.
Yep.
That was their version of going viral was that. And those shows I miss too. They don't have that much of that anymore either. They're only people aren't booking the new guy anymore, which is kind of a bummer. I guess maybe Fallon is doing that. The Tonight Show. When I look at some of the people that get booked, I guess going back on what I said earlier, they're newer, they're up and comers. They're not like we have to only book the big boys now.
Well, let me ask you a dumb question. Do you think there's a place where, let's say you want to get into comedy, there's a local comedy place where you can go in and they basically will tape you, bring in an audience and tape you for social media? Because I would imagine right now,
that's a great business model.
If someone said to me, or someone said, I want to get into comedy, I think the advice they'd be given is, all right, go someplace and get yourself filmed with people laughing and put it on social media and do that for 6 months and then grow a following. And then from there, you can go to a club. Because I imagine the first thing they look at when you go to a club is how many people do you have on Instagram, social media,
That's how it
we're
is
gonna
now.
do it. That's the new way.
See,
right?
my advice to new comics is just get on a microphone and start doing the art. Perfect the art.
Right.
And then all the rest will come. Well, now that seems to have flipped.
Yeah.
Because there are guys now that are blowing up that now their talent has to catch up with their following.
Yeah.
And that's kind of hard. That could be stressful for the artist. You know, sometimes you're going up there and you're like, all these people came to see me and I'm not good yet. However, there are people that just have the fucking delusion because they have followers that they're funny, which, there's so much of that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But man, that actually sounds like an interesting business. But there are a couple,
I've seen I've seen posts of comedians where they've got the curtain behind them and the microphone and the light.
Yep.
And it's at an angle and it's obvious that it's in their apartment and they added a laugh.
there's a few guys that are doing that
Oh,
right now.
you know, yeah. Well, why not? You know what I mean?
I hate it because I'm a purist, I guess.
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, shut up. I hate it. Like, yeah, that laugh track's it doesn't have a sense of humor. The laugh track doesn't have a fucking sense of humor, you know? But there is a company out there right now that I've worked with a few times and I think they're great. Don't Tell Comedy.
Yeah.
Remember they did a show at our old business?
When I had my martial arts academy still, they will do these pop-up comedy shows in
Mm.
secret locations that you only know via email. And they did one in my academy, my martial arts academy.
Yeah, that's how it started. It was called Don't Tell Comedy, and they would do it at like a climbing gym or a coffee shop or a martial arts school or
Clothing store. In Abbott Kinney or something.
It was really cool. Now they're still around, but now they have what they're doing is they're now paying a comic to come in and shoot a 10-minute set, but they shoot it professionally. Brent Morin just did one. I'm gonna reach out to them. Don't tell. I would like to come and do one of your shows. Remember me? I'm Jason Collins. I was around when you guys first started. But they will set up cameras and shoot what looks like a short special.
Right.
And then it's yours. And you could build a following because now these people are very popular online.
Yeah.
Like their YouTube channel is insane. And if you have a clip on their YouTube channel that hits that number, you're in. You're in.
I just thought about something.
You're in urine?
I got the brick wall here.
You got the brick wall.
Got the brick wall and the lights.
You got laugh tracks.
I got laugh tracks.
You got the means. I mean, I bet you if you put it out there, if you advertise, come shoot a reels ready 5-minute set. It'll only cost you blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take care of the laughter and we'll take care of editing. I don't know if I could do comedy that way. There are joke writers who have their set.
No, but
Anyone here from out of town?
You know what I mean? Like you watch a guy and they're like, oh, that's the same set every time. And they have it down and they know where the beats are and they know when to stop.
Yeah.
I'm so much like jazz. That sounds so shitty to say that, but I'm so like jazz on stage, you know, that I just go off script so much. Last night, my set at the Long Beach Laugh Factory was, I just made it up.
You took the bass line for a walk.
I took the bass line for a walk. Dude, jazz. I always say jazz sounds like 5 musicians playing 5 different songs at the same time.
Some can sound like that.
Yeah. It's always been the 5 worst words when people invite you. Let's go to a jazz concert. It's like,
But there's some good though.
I just
Jazz fan.
I can't get it.
No,
I can't.
Oh, wait. There are some good ones, though. I don't
like
know.
the Dave Brubeck Quartet.
There you go.
That's good. Yeah.
He has that one song that sounds like
man.
they're playing a bunch of different songs at once.
But it sounds cool.
It sounds cool. Okay.
Zip.
Okay.
I don't know much about music, but
Sure.
there's a thing, time signatures, and there's 4/4 time and 3/4 time.
Give me an example of 4/4.
I believe 4/4 is 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. 3/4 is 1 2 3 1 2 3. Right.
Okay, what's 5/5?
And he's got this song that's like it does like 2 things of 4. It goes 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. And it's a really cool song. I want to say it's called Time Out. is the
Well,
name of
yeah.
the tune. Yeah. What is that?
That's the millennial whoop.
Oh, the yeah, right. You hear it was
Let
in
me try it
the-
again.
yeah.
Let me try it
Do it again. That's that millennial look. And like you'll hear like in certain songs when they're doing vocals, they'll go, no. They'll do that with their voice.
So that's what that is.
That's
Yeah.
witchcraft.
If that was
man.
back, I don't think that's a thing anymore, though.
Well, there is a certain thing that I heard about where if you play these certain 5 notes in any order, it becomes
It'll make you shit your pants.
It'll make you shit.
You're just like, hey, play this song.
If you're constipated, just play the song. God damn, that's funny. I don't even have do I have a fart noise? Where have I been? I've been gone too long. I've been gone. I've been gone long. I've been gone so long.
Well, I have a toilet noise.
Eugene Levy.
That's about as good as it gets.
There you go. Eugene Levy. It was Eugene Levy, Moranis, and
When
Candy.
Eugene Levy, though, tried to do the high note. He was all struggling, dude. That was funny.
That's funny. So, what if there was wasn't there a movie or something like that where there was like if you played a certain melody or note, that people shit their pants?
Nope.
Maybe it was South Park.
What's Hot Rod? Do you remember Hot Rod?
Yeah.
Remember, it was a martial arts move of some kind that the redhead girl.
Really?
Remember the redhead girl did it to
Dude, we're so bad with names.
Yeah.
She's a legitimate famous
Ilsa
actress.
Fisher. Sorry.
You know the redhead broad that
She's
was in
married to Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh,
she
what
did
a-
that move on
that's
Andy
exhausting.
Samberg, and he
shit himself.
Yeah.
Right. Gone. You've been gone so long. You've been gone. But yeah, that's kind of been my journey. I'm on a journey, and but yeah, I'm learning a lot. I'm still learning. I talked about this a lot before on the pod about the whole internet and the TikTok dances and the TikTok fame. And you know, there was a time when you're famous, but only on TikTok. Well, now that's the world.
Yeah.
Now, if you're famous on TikTok, you're famous.
You're famous.
Yeah, it's just how it is.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
the crazy
my
thing
goal.
is TikTok doesn't even really pay anything. It's
No.
not about making money with
I'll
that.
get little meta checks here and there from like Facebook and Instagram, but I don't think I've ever gotten anything from TikTok.
Yeah.
What you can get from TikTok is goddamn
carpal
ticket
tunnel
sales.
syndrome.
Carpal tunnel syndrome. Yes. Why do they? Is it like when you say that I picture a tunnel carpeted?
I got carpeted tunnel syndrome.
Picture a carpeted tunnel.
It's a shag.
But yeah, man, so now I'm leaning on that more now because that's the only way now. It's not. It used to be a way. Now it seems to be the only way. Because now the only way you're gonna it used to be people who discovered you
Starting a cult.
People discover
Used to be the way.
It used to be the way. Now this is the way. People would discover you at comedy clubs. That's where you would be seen.
Yeah.
And that's how you would get people to come see it. And then that's how you would get the spots on late night and all that crap.
Yeah.
Now, the only way we're going to sell tickets is if we talk to the people of the internet,
Yes.
and get them on board and wanting to go and get into the algorithms. Hold
But
on a
then
second.
then you still have the issue of, will they like
Sam, I'm in the middle of a podcast right now. This is Sam Hirschgold, you guys. Hello?
All right, I love you. Bye.
Bye. What's that? Fucking Sam Hirschgold. Love him. But yeah, dude. So that's the thing. Now I'm just building it. And I need your help, people of the internet. And here's how you can help. My buddy John Campanelli. Check John Campanelli out. John Campanelli1 on Instagram. He's a funny son of a bitch and he's underrated. I'm sorry. But he put it perfectly. He said, listen, because we can complain about this. I'm not getting enough views. But and people ask, how can I help? And John said it perfectly. Here's how you can help. Like it. If you see a video and you like it, physically like it on the app.
Yeah.
Share it on your stories and also comment. If you comment on the app and somebody else on the post and somebody else comments and you start a conversation, that's one of the things that makes it go viral.
Gotcha.
Like I have a clip out on TikTok right now that's at like almost 30,000 views. It's because people are in the comments. And here's why. Because people are calling me racist about this bit. And can you bring something up on Instagram and play it?
Depends if we can find it. Yeah.
It's on my feed.
All right.
Remember my bit about confident black women?
Yeah.
That's a level of confidence I'm not prepared to deal with.
How's that racist? It's a
Exactly.
compliment.
Most of the people that are saying that it's offensive and racist
White women.
are white women, which we all know.
They're the heroes.
White women are our heroes.
Yeah.
And all these black women are coming on and going, oh my God, I hate that you nailed it. This is so funny. but we're also lovable too. And what I do is I go, 100% you are. You know what I mean? But
Which one is
see right there, confident black women.
Okay.
So this bit, if you want to play it, I want you to play it.
To deal with at all, just fucking confident as shit. What, motherfucker? Nothing. You goddamn right, nothing. I'm like, you started it. What are you talking about? Oh, you think I'm playing? I don't, and I'm nervous now. Can we please stop? You ever been to a comedy show and somebody in the audience gets up and walks out during the show and the comedian tries to be cute? Like, hey, where are you going to take a shit? Something original like that, right? I made a mistake one night. Black woman got up. I thought I'd be cute. I said, where do you think you're going? She turned real quick. She went, to take a piss, motherfucker, and then just kept walking. Just left me terrified. I said the only thing I could say. I went, oh, okay. Then it was over. She's like, oh, is it okay with you? Are you in charge? Look who thinks he's in charge. You goddamn right it's okay. I'm like, fuck, I am scared. You tell your dumb ass jokes. Make me feel bad about what I do, right? And when a black woman starts grabbing nothing, get the fuck out, because that's danger. That's danger. And she said, I'll be back and I will have a conversation with you. And then she just walked out slow, going,
Now that part a little racist, but and by the way, old clip,
Very
old clip from the Laugh Factory. Probably
Tell by the weight.
man. If you didn't hear him, you heard what he said.
No.
So you could tell by the weight that it's an old clip
Oh, the way.
Or lack thereof.
because I was thinner back then.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah. Don't
No, you've lost. You're good.
Thanks, Dave. Can't save it now, jerk. So that was on Instagram. But if you look at all the comments on TikTok, where it's got a lot of mileage, some of them they just could tell that there's just woke people like this is not cool. This is so racist. And why do white people always talk about black people and their act? And I'm thinking, white people do that? Have you seen a black comic in the last 50 fucking years? Come on. Listen to this. This girl goes, he posted, what the fuck does he, I don't even know what any of these things mean. This young lady goes, her name's Solil, something, pretty girl. He posted this as rage bait. He sees the discourse going around. Oh no, she thinks, okay. I see.
She thinks you're trying to get
yeah.
I see what you're
With
saying.
Andrew.
Hey, why the fuck not?
Here's what I don't understand. This is where you guys have to know. I don't know anything, okay? He posted this as rage bait. He sees the discourse going around with the Andrew. What's the Andrew?
I don't know.
Maybe she had a typo.
And then this one.
She has an Andrew instead of an iPhone.
No.
It's so true. No, this is so true. No humming though. You know the humming part.
Right.
Laugh. All mostly people of the color of the colors. People with pigment are laughing. Here we go. Nah, this joke needs to be polished up quite a bit. We don't need to enforce the idea that black women are to be feared. You need better wording. Thank you, Megan. And I commented back, okay, Megan. Yeah, black women are some of the sweetest, most kind, compassionate people on the planet. This kind of comedy is offensive.
Oh,
which, if it offended you, it's offensive to you. I'm not going to tell you if it offended you, I'm not going to tell you specifically it's not offensive because if it offended you, it's offensive to you. So I'm sorry to that one wrong person. TikTok is lacking content talking about black women saying, thank goodness you added it. Oh, this is funny. This is from a black woman. TikTok is lacking content talking about how black women saying we are scary and aggressive. Thank goodness that you added it. I don't know what that means.
That's sarcastic.
Being rude isn't confidence. It's aggression. He definitely shouldn't bother that girl, though. Like it's about a real girl. Oh, my God. I love this. Stop calling us dangerous.
Oh, because she was
that looks like a white lady. Yeah.
That's funny. Leave her alone.
Now this is how a non-black person does comedy about black women. He didn't disgrace us or disparage us. Make us seem super ghetto. Loved it. I love people so much. I love beautiful, confident women. But yeah, it caused a discourse in the comments.
Now, is that?
But I didn't do that on purpose. She said I'm rage baiting. Like if that was
she realized that she just taught you something.
Yeah, thank you. I now I know what rage baiting is.
Let's do it.
And if that's a way to get followers, hey, here come the rage bitches. You know what I'm saying? Don't call us bitches.
We're about to bait the rage hook.
Crazy, man. The internet is crazy. And that's the thing is it's starting to bleed into live shows now. So now people in the audience think they're not in an audience, that they're in the comment section.
That's true.
Oh,
People
that's
think
true,
they're in a
right.
live comment section.
They just start saying stuff.
And they're yelling stuff out and they want to be part of this. They want to be part of the show. And there's a lot of big comics out there that are getting famous for their crowd work, talking to the audience. So now they think, oh, we're not an audience. We're in the comment section.
Yeah.
We are the live comment section.
Yeah.
No, you're wrong. Ew. And then it's just, and they all want to, they don't answer questions. Like I did the thing last night. I go to this young lady, what's your name? Okay, so now that's a whole thing. It's not a whole thing.
It's just your fucking name.
What is your name? And we went through this whole thing, and it finally got back to her being her name. And it was like, do you want my Ukraine name or my American name? And then I started doing this whole bit about she was going to kill me if I knew her real name, blah, blah, blah. But it became a whole thing off of me asking, what's your name? Then I go,
very common.
I go, ma'am, watch this. And I go to this guy, I go, it was perfect. I go, what's your name? John. Great. And the audience just started cheering.
Yeah.
Asked the question, got
Right.
the answer. Here we go. You know
Now,
what I mean?
I'm not.
But she wanted to be funny. They were trying to do jokes. They wanted to be part of the
Right.
they wanted to be part of the show. And I was telling my brother this on the way here. People want to be a part of something. People really, really want to be a part of something.
Mhm.
And where we're fortunate in the entertainment industry is we're the something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We're the something. But now, like I said, I never thought of it that way. It's a live comment section is now what audiences are at comedy clubs.
Exactly.
Well, the funny thing is though, when you see those like online, they're actually funny. Like when you see
Not all of
people-
them.
Well, like a lot of them, when you see people responding to things that people say in the audience.
Yeah, here's the problem. As a comedian, a lot of these comics are posting these things, and the person in the audience is funnier than them.
Exactly.
The person in the audience is getting all the laughs.
Yep.
And I'm like, yo, you just asked a question. This person just did your job for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
'Cause then
you know
I
what he
said-
says, well,
like
I got the views.
Yeah. And like I said, they don't care now. They just, the
Yeah.
views equal ticket sales, and they
Yep.
can show their prowess at the live show. But now the live show is just becoming what they're seeing on the clips. A lot of these comics are now just going, what's your name? Where are you from? How long you been doing it? It's just a question. It's like an interview. They're interviewing the audience.
So annoying.
And now they're finding these gimmicks.
Mm-hmm.
Like now one guy that he's on the road, his gimmick is he's getting people together in the audience and like bringing them on stage. It's like he's like a live dating app.
Oh,
It's a trip. It's weird. It's not stand up,
no.
which is fine. And it's its own thing and it's working because they're selling tickets. But let's
Don't call
something
it stand up.
else.
Yeah.
Like there are these venues that I don't call, like my buddy John Campanelli, I'll bring him up again. He said it perfectly. A lot of these venues across the country aren't comedy clubs anymore. They're just live event venues. They're what they are is live event venues. And you can go see your favorite online personality at this comedy club now for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be interesting to see what the future is with these businesses. I wouldn't be surprised if clubs start popping up called just like TikTok clubs or, content clubs.
I'll save this piece of footage.
What's that?
I'm going to save this piece
Perfect.
of footage.
Save it.
Yeah.
Save it. But like I said, I'm not against it. I'm not fighting against it. What I am for, and I'm never going to not be for, is the actual art of stand-up comedy. I don't want this to be a thing that's going extinct.
Yeah.
Because when you come to a really good comedy show, you get a great show.
So do you feel like you're the only one who feels this way? Or do you feel
Absolutely
like-
not. No way.
Okay.
I talk to comics every day who are like, remember when we just had to be funny? See, there was a time when we just had to be funny.
Right.
Now we have to be promoters, which
Yeah,
we've kind
they
of
gotta
always
have
had to be
a-
promoting ourselves. But now we need to promote for the club that's booking us. We have to promote for them now too. That's
Mhm.
part of the deal. And I had a club email me back saying, we don't book unless you have a minimum of 125,000 followers on Instagram.
Wow.
And that makes sense. Because guess
So
what?
whether you're funny or not.
Whether you're funny or not. Because they're a business. At the end of the day, they're a business. And if they don't have to pay for advertising, that's fucking amazing for them.
Yeah.
Not only do they not have to pay for advertising, they get a chunk of the ticket sales. Usually they make a great deal and the artist will get 75 to 80% of the ticket sales, but they get paid for the people coming in and they sell their food and drinks. So they don't care.
Mhm.
It's a business.
Yep.
It's a smart business decision.
And they do it at volume.
And they do it in volume.
Is there a
You know?
chance though that some of these places will start to get known for that? And well, don't go there. Nobody's really funny
No, because the biggest
because the following shows up.
following shows up. But some of the biggest comics out there right now are still really funny stand-up comics.
Yeah.
And they're going to put on a great show. A lot of them have graduated out of the comedy club scene. I know a lot of these guys aren't even doing stand-up clubs anymore. They're doing theaters. And that's, they're making a lot of money doing that. But, my buddy Russell Peters, he is a through and through true fucking blue stand-up comic.
Yep.
And he will do the arenas and he will do the fucking giant theaters. But he'll also do heliums and whatever. You know what I mean? He'll do a comedy club as well. Because that's where that's our gym. So now you got these guys who don't even realize that you don't even have a place to work out now.
Yeah.
Because now you're in a theater where the tickets were $150 a pop. And you got to bring your A game every time. You can't go up there and fuck around.
And how long does it take to develop an A game? Think of that.
Yeah.
The years it takes to develop an A game.
I'm telling you. I told you. I don't know if I talked about it on this podcast. I got a perfect example of that. Young man got really famous over the pandemic on TikTok, right? Now he's selling out theaters and comedy clubs all over. He ended up in Irvine at the Improv. Hits me up and says, "Come do my show in Irvine." I said, "Yeah, no problem." I get there. It's a 4:30 in the afternoon show. Sold out. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is awesome. I told him, this is great. And he looks at me and goes, "I hope it goes better than last night." I go, "Well, you didn't sell last night?" He goes, "Oh, no, it's sold out." I go, "Then what are you talking about?" He goes, "Oh, I bombed." I grabbed him by his shoulders. I go, "What the fuck? You bombed on your own show that sold out?"
The people were all there to see.
They're all there to see him. And that goes to your following surpassing your talent level. You got to get the reps in, man. Imagine this kid has that following and a fucking A game. That's incredible. But it's just not how a lot of these guys are they're learning how to be comics while they're famous.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. It didn't happen before. You learn how to be a comic when no one was fucking looking. You were behind the safety of the closed door at the comedy club.
Getting ice cubes thrown at your face.
Yep. You were there for that show and getting booed off the stage and learning. And that was all behind closed doors. That was all in the safety of our pirate ships.
So other
Which are
comics
comedy
in the
clubs.
audience then? It's other comics in
Other
the audience?
comedians,
Okay.
people just there on the street going, let's go to a comedy show tonight. It's only $5. That kind of thing. So, and it's safe. And we used to fuck around. And I love the comedy show. And I said earlier, it's one of the last comedy clubs, but there's still a newer vibe where I don't really feel I should fuck around too much.
Right.
Because now it's sold out. And it's sold out expensively. So I'm bringing my A game at the comedy store. So now you're like, where do I go to fuck around? Well, then you got to get to a point in your skill level where you could, you're messing around, but you're making it. You're making it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just, and that again, that comes with the reps. That comes with the years. That comes with studio time. That comes with gym time. You know what I mean? And then just a lot of these guys they're getting their reps and learning how to do comedy as famous people, which is incredible. It's a great opportunity. If I had that opportunity, I would have taken it.
Yeah.
I'm not one of these guys going, shit, I wouldn't have done that. I would have gone into the comedy club and got good first. Bullshit. Because guess what you got that everybody else has? Bills to pay. And if someone's going to go, I'm going to give you this much money if you do my room. I'm going to tell you, honestly, I did that. So the first time I was ever asked to headline a comedy club, it was the Brea Improv in Brea, California. And I had been doing stand-up for 5-10 minutes maybe, but I was getting put on shows at this club, so the staff got to know me.
Yeah.
And I was hanging out with the staff one night, and at the time, I probably had a solid 20-minute set. I could fuck around it, but my set was a solid 20 minutes. He said, "Damn, D.L. Hughley canceled next week on Thursday. I need to fill that spot." I'm hanging out with the manager at the time. And one of the other assistant managers goes, how much have Jason do it? Because you got to understand, I was killing, but only when I was getting 10, 15-minute sets.
Right.
Because I had that ready. And he goes, "Can you do that?" What do you think I said?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
Remember.
Do you have an hour? Oh, yeah, I got an hour. I got a fucking whole hour. And that's what we used to use crowd work for, is filling that hour. I got crowd work, I can do that, but it wasn't.
You had to be good at it.
But it wasn't the type of crowd work that's famous right now where people are just going right in and asking a question.
Right.
Me, it was reactions to things that were happening.
Right.
If somebody yelled something, I would then I had a joke for it. I wasn't going to some innocent bystander and going, "Hello, you're part of the show now," but
Help me earn my check.
So when I got an opportunity that I wasn't ready for, and I took that shit.
Yeah.
You know, I took it. I wasn't ready. But, you know, like I said, adapting. And what do you think?
We're gonna keep moving forward.
We're going to keep moving which way?
Well, I want to add one word though, adapting, but accepting as well.
Accepting.
You have to accept that
Exactly.
this is the new way.
And a lot of people aren't accepting it.
Right.
A lot of people aren't accepting it, and it's affecting their fucking career.
Absolutely.
Accept it. Figure it out. I don't want to go make a video.
Yeah.
Like,
You're just
have
gonna
fun
end up
at the
being-
bar show.
It's gonna end up being one of these old guys who just complains about everything. You know, everything that's not happening. Whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm already that guy, so now I got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Guys, we are back.
We
Thank
are.
you so much for watching this episode. If you are already, make sure you continue to rate and review at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever it is that you download and listen to your audio podcasts. Of course, we are always on YouTube at Unidentical Pod. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when a new episode is coming. And share it. Tell a friend. Comment. Good or bad, just let us know. Have a fight in the comments. What's the word that I use? Bait?
We learned a thing.
Rage bait.
Rage
Rage
bait.
bait. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
rage baiting you bitches. All right. Thank you guys so much. We will see you next time. Bye.
Unidentical.